Now this is KKR, Rajasthan Royals. It's a game that KKR simply have to win because they're now up against Royals who are bottom because RCB have just lifted themselves up. But KKR themselves have lost 5 on the trot.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they've got things together at the moment. It seems like they're calling all pockets and trying to get guys to perform, which is a bit of a surprise because when you've got a catalyst like a Russell performing as well as he has, I mean, that's what you're dying for as an RPL team.
I'm glad you brought that up. How many balls do you give Russell to face? I mean, the other day, Russell came in with 20 odd balls left. And I thought it's like Messi coming in the last 6 minutes.
I mean, I mentioned on one of the shows here, we used to have the perfect scenario, and it was the same with Lance Klusener. You know, he was the man. There was very few people who hit the ball out the ground, and in many ways, we used to sort of say to him, "When do you feel like you want to go?" You know, if it's with 8 overs
your
to
call?
go.
Was it his call? You want to go now?
Well, we would sometimes send him earlier. He was one of those guys who liked to actually kind of wait a little bit later rather than earlier, and we'd often get in some stick from the press for, why didn't you send Klusener? But you want him to get in there as soon as he possibly can. When he's striking at that form, confidence is such a vital ingredient to any star performer on the international stage. And if he's got it with him at that moment in time, any opportunity to present itself, send him. He's believing, he feels like he can hit anything out the ground at any time. So I also was surprised. And I think tomorrow, after they've sat down, had a bit of time for emotions to settle, they'll probably get him in at just the right time tomorrow.
They sent off, did the Kolkata Knight Riders, Dinesh Karthik and Robin Uthappa just go away somewhere, go and get your mind off. Don't stay here in Kolkata and train. So they came here to Mumbai to work with Abhishek Nair, with whom they've worked a lot before. But the good news for them, Russell's just been picked for the West Indies. And their opponents, the Rajasthan Royals.
Butler's left, Archer.
Butler's left, Archer leaves after the game.
Oh, he's
so
got
Archer's
one
available.
Okay.
Stokes hasn't been doing much, but Stokes is still available. These two leave after this game.
Yeah, so once Butler was one of the main ingredients of that side, so that should help Kolkata there. And I think with Kolkata, you still feel that they're a better unit. I believe that they probably are a better unit tomorrow against Rajasthan.
Would you get Robin Uthappa back?
I would have not dropped him at that stage. I would have, not put him back at 4 and 5. Knowing Robin for last 12 years, he doesn't like being pushed back. And if there is a man like that in your side, then you got to look after him. That's your man management. If you don't know, there's some new kid or someone you've never seen before, you can make that mistake. But now you probably make it's like a double bluff. If you've thrown him out of the side, kept him out, now you bring him back, you actually can ignite something new, but then use him where he would like to bat and not push him down.
One of the reasons they have problems, I mean, I know Dinesh Karthik hasn't scored runs, but their main wicket taker was Kuldeep Yadav, and suddenly Kuldeep's form has fallen off the cliff. He's done very, very, very little for them this year. So Kuldeep and Uthappa are two senior players. Now, 4 overs 32, 4 overs 41, 4 overs 31. Look at the wickets. Now, normally he might go for 9 and over, but he'll give you wickets 2, 3, 4. 4 wickets in the season, and the last one was 59. But except for the 4 over 16, he's gone at 8, 9, but he's not giving you wickets.
Yeah, I think you do have guys lose confidence just because he's a leg spinner, Chinaman bowler. It doesn't mean he can't lose confidence. I'd get him back in, particularly if you look at the Rajasthan's team. They've got quite a few international players in that middle overs, and he might be able just to work his magic if they're not picking him as cleanly as they could. So I would get him back, and Kolkata surface really offers more of a turning surface for him. Rajasthan will probably still go with Archer, Stokes, Steve Smith, all those guys.
IPL's done Australia a big favour. They've given Steven Smith all these overs to get him ready for the World Cup. What about Ashton Turner?
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
What about Ashton Turner?
Are we going to see what comes after Flamingo? Poor fellow. He's just had a bad run. He's fabulous against
3
India.
First ball ducks and 5 in a row in T20 cricket.
Yes.
Yeah, we called that the Flamingo.
I know. So what comes after a Flamingo?
The golden flamingo.
and then James Bond.
I don't think he'll get an opportunity after that if he gets another one.
Do you think he gets an opportunity tomorrow?
It's
harsh,
I believe, I mean, it is harsh, but you can drop somebody once he's not doing well enough. If you picked him the night before and he's got 1 ball, it doesn't say that he's not fitting into my side. You'd still play him.
Can you imagine? He's come all the way and he's played 3 balls.
Yeah. and he's got some decent balls to start with. First one when he got out was when he had to go for it.
Yeah.
Then he got Bumrah's next delivery. First ball and he skids on and hits his pad, and which was the last one when he got the
Court cover.
court cover, slower one again. So he's had to push on, and maybe So
Okay.
I always feel for the guys at 5, 6, and 7 because the numbers are
We
compared.
feel for our kind.
No, no.
Yeah.
Polly feel for the guys who've got to come and bowl up
No, no,
front.
see, our
Ajay
kind
feels for the
as well
guys
when it
who've
comes
had
to
5, 6, 7.
All I want to say is that in T20 cricket and in one-day international cricket, right, it's the bowlers who need to close out the game, and invariably at the back end it's the bowlers who need to win the game with the bat as well, because they always 5 or 6 down. Okay, you can do it, Polly. Go in. So you're always in the pressure situation.
That's why you did both.
Yeah, you got to suck it up and try and produce. Nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a game that KKR simply have to win to keep their chances alive.